to Sky to the basket.
And Perez deals. Fastball hit in the air to left field. That's deep. Back goes Chavez back near the wall, leaping, and he made the catch. He took a home run away from Roland, trying to get back to first Edmonds. He's doubled off, and the inning is over. Andy Chavez saved the day.
Eli throwing into traffic on the sideline. They're going to rule it a catch by Manningham.
Sanchez, corner of the end zone. For the second time today, Santonio Holmes on the receiving end of a touchdown. This one with 10 seconds to play.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
That's right. Welcome to the midweek Wednesday edition of WHPC Sports Talk here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Busy day in the world of baseball with the Mets and the Yankees. Yankees winning streak continues. The Mets winning streak is snapped. Gonna jump right into it in a second. But let me introduce everybody. It is your host for today's show, Josh Mahi, joined by Nick Scardamaglia. How are we doing today, Nick?
Doing good. Glad to be back. Looking forward to a great show.
Yes. Devin O'Shea, how are we doing?
Just a good Wednesday.
Oh, try that again. I didn't turn your mic on. Let's try that again.
It's a great Wednesday. It's a great Wednesday.
There we go. It is a great Wednesday. Great weather. Ross, though, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Doing solid.
Doing better than Tyler McGill, Ross?
Yeah, boy, that was pathetic. Awful. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I don't either. It was a lot of weird stuff going on with the Mets yesterday because I reported on yesterday's show that Kodai Senga was going to start, and then they switched it up last minute.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I mean, I know they want to give Senga a rest, normal rest, but I don't know. Buck is a problem. I'll leave it at that.
Damn, you going to call him out in the 67th?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
He's getting dumber by the day.
Nah, happy birthday, Buck. Happy birthday. From Sports Talk, happy birthday. We will get to the Mets in a second, but we are going to start with the actual winners from last night. The team that has their winning streak still active, that would be the New York Yankees. So what can you say? I said yesterday that I can't remember, maybe at some point last season, but I can't remember the last time a Yankees-Orioles series mattered as much as this one would. And I know it's late May, so how much can it really matter? But it's like it's not usual. So
no.
And you saw how the game played out. Like the Orioles is tough. They're a problem. They went up 4-0 almost right away. And you look at it and how are the Yankees going to respond? You know, and I didn't say this on yesterday's show when the lineup came out, but I actually really liked the Yankees lineup before the game started because you had, well, obviously Aaron Judge, you can't go wrong with that, but they had Torres leading off. You had LeMahieu, I believe. I'll pull it up in a second, but I really did like the lineup that they had, and you saw it pay dividends because you had the offense rallied back. I don't know why my tablet's giving me problems, but the offense rallied back. They got it tied. Orioles took the lead back 5-4. And you're looking at it and like, what's going to happen? A lot of weird plays happened in this game. None weirder than something that happened in one of the later innings. DJ LeMahieu was up with a chance to really, have a big hit, tie the game. He's been a clutch player his entire career, so you expect that out of him. But instead of swinging the bat, he did this instead.
He's going to try it again. Cano flips to the plate, and the out is recorded. And LeMahieu's bunt went right back to Cano. The Orioles get the out at the plate.
Very strange baseball by DJ LeMahieu, who's such a good clutch hitter.
Yeah, Michael K. summed it up perfectly. DJ LeMahieu is already a good clutch hitter, so usually you would expect that from like a guy like Tyner Falefa, right? Yeah, you're going to bunt to try and drive in a run. I don't know what the strategy was from LeMahieu, but that didn't work out. So you're watching the rest of this game, right? And it's like the Orioles have their closer in.
Can I just say that pitch on 0-2 Did that make any sense?
Not
that
great.
Pitch?
Not great.
Come on.
It's not what you want.
Like splitter down the middle. Like, come on.
It's not what you want.
It's such a dumb pitch. I thought it'd be common sense, like throwing the dirt or something.
You know what it is too? Like, don't get me wrong, Aaron Judge is a great player.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking any credit away from Judge. It's Aaron Judge, but 0-2 and you throw a splitter down the middle. Like, come on. Like, you shouldn't throw that pitch to anybody on 0-2, especially to Aaron Judge.
Especially to Aaron Judge, and a splitter right down the middle. Here's what Aaron Judge did with that last night.
37 home runs against the Orioles. That's the most home runs against any opponent since 2017. High drive, left field, going back Hayes, track, wall, see ya, tie game. Judge does it. It's 5-5.
Michael, what do you say? He can't help but laugh himself.
Now the captain crunched it.
Wow. And you see the fans, the stands, the bench. Everybody knows where that one's heading.
Yeah, everyone knew where that one was going off the bat. I mean, you just saw the entire Bronx really just get on their feet, and they already knew the game was tied. Aaron Judge coming up clutch again. The Oriole killer. He destroys Baltimore every chance he gets. I remember it's funny because if you remember back to last season when the Orioles moved the fences back at Camden Yards, and everyone was like, "Oh, they're trying to mess with Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton and the Yankees' big like right-handed power hitters." Aaron Judge was like, "Yeah." He was still killing them over there, and he's still hitting home runs. So, Aaron Judge, when he sees that Oriole orange, you know some damage is going to be done. Big hit to tie the game, goes to extra innings. Yankees bullpen, I got to give credit to their bullpen in this one. Michael King was outstanding. Really did the job. Held the Orioles down in the top of the 10th, and that set the stage for the bottom of the 10th. And we've been kind of... Well, here's the thing with Anthony Volpe. So he gets called up. Obviously, there's huge expectations. He's the number one Yankee prospect. He's playing the same position that Jeter held down for years. So there's going to be that's even more pressure on that kid. Mm-hmm. He's kind of struggled offensively. He's gotten it going and made a lot more impact on games lately. And here's what happened. Here's what Volpe did in the bottom of the 10th last night.
High fly ball. Mullins goes back. Still goes back. This will get it done. He makes the catch. Tagging. Kiner-Falefa. He will score. And the Yankees with a dramatic 6-5 win over the Orioles. And the rookie gets it done in the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, so there you have it. First, well, not the first big moment, but it's one of the first of many to come for Anthony Volpe. Yankees win 6-5. It is their 5th straight win. They trail the Orioles now by 3 and the Rays by 5 in the AL East standings. Let me just say, number one, I think the Mets might have broke the Rays because ever since they lost the last 2 at Citi Field, they haven't looked too hot. And you think about the start they got off to, and it's crazy. Like through 30 games, the Yankees were 15-15 and well behind Tampa Bay. So you're looking at it, it's like
I always had a feeling that the Yankees were going to get hot. I don't know why, because that's every year maybe.
Yeah.
We've seen that where they start off slow in April.
No, that's true. Like every year that Aaron Boone has been manager, they've gone on a run at some point.
Right, so. And it's like you knew when Judge came back and Bader came back that they were going to get hot.
Bader's been on fire.
Yeah.
Yo, Bader's been a great Yankee so far. Like if you think back
really
to last season when he got healthy, made a big impact. It didn't obviously
that postseason from Bader, Darth Bader, bro. Darth Bader.
Darth Bader, I like that. He was great. Like, he really gave the Yankees a jolt, and it's continued into this season. He's big time, not only just the defense, but nearing a 900 OPS, a big RBI hit, well, a big home run last night to get the Yankees scoring started. The Yankees looked kind of dead in the water, and Bader got them on the board, and then he tied the game. Yankees scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th, tied the game with a sacrifice fly. I'll tell you something, and this goes off your point, Ross. Like, this Yankees team, and the question is, like, are they going to get to the ALCS and just lose again? Whether it's the Astros or somebody else, like, that's going to be the measuring stick. But if you look at the question, to me, they have 2 questions, and it's kind of obvious, but they're big questions. Can the rotation be effective and healthy and get the sticky stuff off their gloves and their pants? I don't know what that's about, but they got to stop. They got to quit doing that. And then can this offense around Aaron Judge, because you know what Aaron Judge is going to do, most of the time. He's going to dominate. He's going to get big hits, clutch hits, whether it's, RBI doubles, singles. If he needs to play small ball, he'll do it. If he needs to hit home runs, 450 feet, he'll do it. Aaron Judge, it's crazy because I know Shohei Ohtani and you have Mike Trout over there in Anaheim, but is there a case for Aaron Judge to be the best player in baseball at this point? Because look at what he's doing the last 2 years. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's hitting 300 and top of the league in home runs. So he's showing that he wants the MVP in back-to-back years.
Yeah, that's listen, and you talk about it because he got the big contract, obviously, and he didn't have the greatest start to the season. He's definitely picked it up, but not the greatest start. So he had
injury in the beginning.
Definitely. So with that being said, and New York fans don't care about injury. Yeah. So
I've been dealing with that for years. That's pretty obvious right there.
Nah, absolutely. Then New York fans and me with Julius Randle, I don't care if you had a bum ankle, play better. So we typically don't care about injuries, but in the case of Aaron Judge, like, you had people actually saying, like, I heard people on, like, the fan and stuff say, like, like, fans would call in, like, you give Aaron Judge the money, like, he's not the same player. He's gonna get lackadaisical. I'm like, like, first off, he was named the captain. There's a lot of pride that comes with that title, so you expect him to, even if he starts slow, to pick it up. Mm-hmm. He's done more to pick it up. I did not think he would be on pace for nearing 60 home runs again, but he's got 14 home runs and May's not done yet. So he's right back on track. I mean, he's a ridiculous player. He might be the best player in baseball. I know most would give it to Shohei Ohtani just because of the dual threat pitching and hitting. But Judge is incredible. But that's my point about the Yankees offense. Like, Rizzo's been great. Bader's been great. Volpe, you expect to, pick things up. Yeah. There's a lot of spare parts remaining on this offense. And I don't want to call DJ LeMahieu a spare part, but he's got to play better. Torres has been fine. He's had an okay season.
I mean, remember what LeMahieu did in Colorado and his batting title season where, like, he had, like, 320. Like, He's got to get back to, like, he's getting up there in age, but he's got to still get back to that 300 hitting because you're a New York Yankee. You're expected to play well, and you're expected to play at your best. So when you're a Yankee, you need to play your best.
No, 100%, and that's even more paramount with Stanton on the IL, Donaldson, and I know how Yankees fans feel about them. Like, yeah, they're important, but if there are one of our core pieces to win a championship, I think a lot of Yankee fans aren't too happy with that, especially with Stanton's injury trouble and Donaldson's just being Donaldson. So you want to see them get healthy. The Yankees, their big thing is health. Like,
it's really about what they do in the playoffs.
But health is going to be important for
of course, but like regular season Yankees, it doesn't mean anything. If you really think about it, it doesn't, actually, because if they lost to let's say they lose to the Astros again. Let's just say if they lost, it doesn't matter, 6, 5, 7, doesn't matter. They lose to the Astros. This doesn't really mean anything. If you really think about it, it's kind of like, I hate to say it's preseason, but like, when your team constantly wins 90-plus games every year, it kind of is. Let's be honest.
You're just looking forward to the postseason.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
No, you're 100% right, and I think Yankee fans have been in that mode since 2009, to be honest with you.
But they go, like, overboard. It's like, I remember, like, I think Alan Hahn, he was like on he does the Bar and Hahn show, obviously, and when the Yankees had that historic start last year and they just kept winning games and they had like a ridiculous record, he was like, I'm not even enjoying this because I know the outcome. Like, come on. Like, really? Come on. It was that historic. Like, I know the history doesn't really matter because the history with Houston and the Yankees, not great for them, but it was such a great start in the moment where you have to kind of appreciate it. But they struggled in the second half and they lost to Houston. They barely got past Cleveland.
Right.
People forget about that. Like, they really struggled with Cleveland. Like, Cleveland had them on the ropes, took them to a game 5. Like, anything could have happened.
They was in trouble. Yeah, there was trouble. Cleveland was one. I mean, you could say this for any team, but they were one game away from beating the Yankees. As you could say that for any team, but they were. I mean, they were a few big hits away.
Yeah, and the Guardians have definitely disappointed this season.
Yeah,
off that.
I feel like that was kind of, I don't want to say inevitable, but it seemed very likely just because they don't. a lot bounced their way last year, the Guardians. They're not a great offensive team. The pitching's been banged up. They might be sellers. It wouldn't surprise me if that team is a seller at the deadline because there's not a lot of offense to that team. Their farm system's pretty bad, so you might see it. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the Mets got one of their pitchers. Wouldn't surprise me. Shane Bieber? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shane Bieber on the Mets.
Yeah.
Shane Bieber is definitely comfortable at Citi Field.
They're gonna have to pay him. Like Cleveland's gonna have to pay him, and they're probably not going to.
Yeah, I'm happy you said that because like Cleveland's one of those teams, and y'all know how I feel about Ohio sports. I'm not going to go there, but like they're one of those teams that I bet you their owners just hate Steve Cohen and the Mets. But it's like, yo, if you don't want to pay your players, like if you don't want to pay your best players, like be for real. Like, of course, the Mets or teams like that are going to swoop in, and then you're going to complain about, they have so much money. No, sign your best players, and then you'll have a chance. So, yeah, Bieber, I would like to see that. I would love to see that, especially with the struggles that the rotation has had with Verlander, Scherzer not pulling their weight so far. I know they were great on Sunday, but
it all matters about the next game. They might have played great on Sunday, but you can't say anything unless they do it like 2-3 starts in a row like they used to do in their prime days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I am still concerned about the velocity and the strikeouts and everything, but we'll get to the Mets in a little bit. I did want to wrap up on the Yankees topic. So, big win. They're right in the middle of it back in the American League, like, contenders, and you kind of figure with their talent they're going to get back in that race. Like I said, they only trail the Rays by 5. So with that being said, the Rays had a historic start. As you sit on May 24th, they're only down by 5 in the AL East standings. That's more than doable to come back, especially with the Yankees getting their dogs back soon. So you look at tonight's game against the Orioles again at the Bronx. You got Cortez going.
I mean, you got to put the bullpen, the Yankees bullpen, on a pedestal after last night's game. After going 5 innings, only allowing 1 hit and 2 walks for all 3 of the pitchers in the bullpen. Like after your ace gives up 5 runs in 5 innings.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Garrett Cole. Like he was.
How do you do that bad? Like you're getting paid big money. Like, I mean, this is probably just like a outlier of a game, but like against the Orioles, like I know the Orioles are good, but how good are they really? Like,
could they possibly be on one of those starts that Tampa Bay was on? Yeah. I mean, look at them. They're second in the American League East, right there in the wild card standings. I know it's a little early talking about the wild card, but
like Gunnar Henderson's not doing well. Like the Orioles are very confusing to me, but I mean, they might, like you said, they might just be on like a little bit of a run to start the season.
Yeah, we've seen fool's gold starts before. My personal favorite being the 2021 Mets. No, I mean let's talk about that. I mean that was just like Jacob deGrom, and then once he went down, and then we traded one of our top prospects for Javi Baez, and
who didn't even stay around there to the season.
Yeah, and we didn't get to the playoffs either. So that's like at the top of like fool's gold like starts for me. Maybe that's what the Orioles are doing this year.
Yeah,
that's yet to be seen. But you brought up the Yankees bullpen, so I want to shout them out. So the Yankees are overall like rotation and bullpen. They're 5th in the entire majors in ERA. They're pitching to a 3.7 ERA. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. So you like to see that even with the injuries to the rotation. Rodon, hopefully we see him soon, and everything else. But
I mean, they just made an announcement. I want to say yesterday that he's not having any back problems, and he's hoping to pitch soon. So
that's good. They're gonna need him.
Yeah,
they gonna listen. The main thing about the Yankees, and we question, do they have the top end talent to finally break through to the World Series again? First time since 2009. That was 14 damn years ago. I know Yankees fans is tired about talking about 2009 and everything else, but it is what it is. Y'all haven't won. Y'all haven't broke through. Y'all won a lot of regular season games, but I know Yankee fans don't care about that. So what is it going to take for this team to break through this season? Because like Ross said, that's all we care about. That's all we really give a crap about. Like, are you going to perform when the lights are bright? Are the lights going to be brighter than you expected again for the, a millionth consecutive year? Like, health is going to be the most important thing for this team. I think you're going to need to get your entire rotation healthy. Is Montas?
I think he's going to miss pretty much all season.
Yeah, but is there a chance he comes back for the playoffs?
maybe, but like he wasn't even that great when he pitched.
That's true.
Did they want him to the playoffs?
I don't even know.
That's a good point. Listen, that trade was like, I know it was polarizing when it happened, but then like the performance by Montas is just like, yo, that's a trash trade. Like, I know the Yankees and Brian Cashman want that one back, but
Cashman's not made good deals. I guess trades.
And if the Yankees continue to not break through to the World Series, they're going to be more on his head top. They're going to be more on Brian Cashman. Like, yo, what's good? You can't keep complaining about. This offseason was funny because he was talking about, we haven't won since 2009, but in 2017, if the Astros didn't cheat, like, we didn't want to hear that. Who cares if they cheated? Like, yo, bro, you didn't get it done. No matter what you want to say, they cheated or not. I know they were banging trash cans and stuff, but you didn't win. You don't get to make that excuse, especially when you haven't won in 14 years. So,
and you didn't get it done in 2019, 21 against the Red Sox, or even 2022 against the Astros, who didn't cheat, but you still lost in 4 games to the Astros.
Right, and I'm happy you said that because that's what makes it funnier because it's like, yo, you said that about the Astros, then you lost to them again.
Yeah.
So you had no more excuses.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Yeah, there's no cheating with the Astros now. They were just better than
they just whooped y'all behind in 4 games, got y'all out of here real quick.
Yeah.
So the Yankees got to be healthy, and this offense around Aaron Judge, because you know he's going to produce. Judge didn't have the greatest postseason by any stretch last year. It paled in comparison to his regular season, but it's Aaron Judge. I mean, I expect greatness out of him no matter if it's regular season, postseason, no matter the pitcher, no matter the ballpark. I expect greatness out of Aaron Judge. The supporting cast has got to be great. Rizzo's got to continue to be great. Backing him up. Stanton, when he comes back, has got to be worth that. Well, he's not worth the money that he's getting paid, but be as much as you can worth that money.
Get as close as you can to being worth that money.
Yeah, as close as you possibly can. I know it's a tough ask with your performance, but that's the Yankee story. Like, and Cortez has got to play better too, pitch better. If he was really the difference, he was as big a reason as anybody else that the Yankees won 99 games last year.
Yeah,
because he was phenomenal. He was
great.
Out of nowhere became the clear number 2, and he's pitching to a 5 ERA. So you want to see him against a tough Orioles team turn that around. I know the Orioles guy, Tyler Wells, he's pretty good going tonight. So we'll see what happens for the Yankees, but a big win. Once again, their winning streak extends to 5 games. On to the New York Mets. Well, like I said to start the show, McGill got the surprise start. They wanted to give Senga his regular rest.
And he really surprised us.
Yeah.
Not good.
Tyler McGill, common McGill salami right here.
It's lefty hitter. That's drilled left center field. This one's got a chance. Gone! Matt Mervis, second of the year. And the Cubs extend the lead. It is now 4-0.
His first career home run at Wrigley Field.
You know one thing the Mets are good at?
Giving up home runs, unfortunately.
Not that, but they're good at giving up like milestone, I
know.
Like, how many times will you hear like, oh, this player hit the first major league home run against the Mets, or he had the first career shutout against the Mets, or his first career save against the Mets? Like, the Mets are just serving up like milestones. That annoys me. Where everyone's get right team apparently, especially for guys that are like breaking into the league. But shout out Matt Mervis, that extended the Cubs lead to 4.
He beat us just himself with his 3 RBIs. Like, he got more runs than all of our entire team could.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I said it yesterday because the same way I felt, well, not the same way, but I felt great about the Yankees lineup yesterday when it came out. The Mets lineup, I can't say the same. I really can't. No, I can't say the same.
You can't.
I cannot say the same at all. Because when I seen Eduardo Escobar hitting second,
oh God, it's brutal.
I didn't even look at the rest. I'm like, yeah, this is trash. Like, I'm not even about to look at the.
Like that was straight out garbage.
Can you? It's garbage. It's garbage. But can you explain? I mean, I wish somebody could explain this to me. So the Mets have the highest payroll in baseball. That's what they have. This team is supposed to be like an amazing team, like what they're expecting, right? Okay. Yep. So they have guys named Tommy Pham playing left field.
Tommy Pham.
They have Tommy Pham playing left field. They have Eduardo Escobar still on this team. Again, I think he's done, but he's been okay since he's off the bench. Fine. They have Starling Marte, who was good last year, but let's face it, even though he had that big home run against the Guardians, he looks kind of done.
Well, Ross, he steals bases.
He steals bases and he's left on base. That's the only because everybody else can't do it.
He's got a negative WAR.
Negative WAR, and he's still on the team. Okay, so that's one.
We've seen his feeling this year.
Yeah, I know.
So basically, the only reason why they keep him on there is his base running skills, and he still can't do.
Yeah, it's like me.
Still can't do it.
It's like me in Little League. Like I was just a fast guy. You need a pinch runner, I got you. Like that's Starling Marte this year. So
I mean, Mark Kanya in the lineup. I know he was in the lineup yesterday, but still, like Mark Kanya in the lineup. I don't understand that.
To be honest with you, I'd rather have him in the lineup than Tommy Pham.
Oh, of course, no question.
Tommy Pham.
No question. And the biggest one that I have to rant on, Alvarez might get sent down.
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
I heard that. And
come on.
Like, he has been on fire, and then you're gonna take him down. Like,
I know.
There's no way that it's got to be Nito that goes down. It's got to be like. I take Alvarez over Sanchez.
Yo, Sanchez is funny.
He's awful.
So
he sucks.
He sucks. He's awful.
Yo, Gary Sanchez, like his first 3 or 4 games as a Met, like perfectly encapsulated his career as a Yankee. Like great start. They're like, oh, what do we have here? Gary Sanchez, good power hitter. He can do some things with the bat, and then you see his fielding, and it's just like,
his blocking ability.
Get this man out of my face.
Yeah,
that's Gary Sanchez. So we got the full Gary Sanchez experience in 4 games.
Like now I realize why he went to AAA. Like now I realize why he wasn't signed.
Now you know what? Now he's starting to look like I don't know if you guys remember this Met catcher Brian Schneider.
Brian Schneider was a funny ass Met, yo.
He wasn't really the best blocker either.
Brian Schneider was like he was just like he was just an NPC, bro. I don't like
NPC.
Nah, because he was just there. Like there's nothing he really did well. Yeah. I was a big Ramon Castro guy back then. That's my guy. I like Ramon Castro, but Brian Schneider was he was just there. He was a bot. He was just.
What I'm saying is that Sanchez is as bad as Brian Schneider was.
And we've seen that already in 4 games. So if anybody's getting sent down, I don't think it's going to be Alvarez. It's funny that it's a consideration reportedly, but Sanchez is gone. I think when Narvaez gets healthy, we know what it's going to be.
And also, it's bad, but also to make it even worse, this is throughout the game. First and second one out. They're down 6-2. Vientos has a chance to maybe come up and do something big. But Buck decides to play Daniel Vogelbach instead of Mark Vientos. Like why? I know. But this is where I have a problem with Buck. And this is why I don't think he's going to last very long. Because he keeps playing his vets, and he is not adjusting from his original plan.
Well, Ross, that was an impressive fly ball from Vogelbach.
I don't know.
And then they don't start him tonight.
They don't start him tonight. They're going to start probably Vogelbach.
Vogelbach's the DH tonight.
Yeah. Now, this is, listen, I don't know. Maybe Epler makes these decisions as well. It wouldn't surprise me. I think he's definitely part of this. But Buck's a problem, too. It's starting to become a problem, I think, as well with Buck as well, just because he is not a big fan of the young players. And the only reason why I think he is playing these guys, some of them, is because some guys are either hurt or underperformed. And I'll leave it with this. Buck's managed 3,000 games as a MLB manager and has 0 championships.
Right.
This is why.
Hey, one thing I'll say is that you're absolutely right about Buck not hating the young players, but he definitely has a bias. This is like workplace lingo, unconscious bias. Like he has an unconscious bias towards the veterans over the rookies and the young players. And it's weird because, we just seen the young players win you 5 straight games.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So what would the thought process be?
To bench a young player and go with some guy overweight. Offensive go back. But I'm looking at the lineup right now. He's got 2 home runs this year, and we're in May.
So does Marte.
And I said this, Ronnie Mauricio's leading the AAA in doubles. He's nearing an 1,000 OPS.
You can use him against righties.
We could use him against everybody because he's a switch hitter. You can. It's like a what's the phrase? Double-edged sword or.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so you get Volker back out. And then
Mauricio.
Yeah, Mauricio. You can bat him ninth. I don't care. You can bat him ninth the same way you batted Alvarez ninth to start out. That's fine. He gives you a good option, good pop power bat.
Yeah.
You see how well the young guys have done already. I think it's a no-brainer. It should have been done already. And instead we're watching Tommy Pham and all these people. So
to me, this is what I want to see going forward. It'll never happen as long as Buck's here. But I want to see everybody that's young play, meaning McNeil, Alonso, Lindor. I want to see, obviously, want to see Beatty. I want to see
McNeil's young?
McNeil.
McNeil is young compared to
well, yeah, but like he's
young
their
squirrel years.
core second base guy, and then he's their core second baseman. So then, okay, so you have Mauricio. Mauricio comes up, he plays. Vientos plays, and Alvarez. I want to see all these young guys play. I don't even care if this team wins or not, because maybe they make the playoffs. I don't know how much further they're going to go, but
I still think they will. But they're not.
They're not winning anything of significance.
We'll find a wild card spot.
Yeah, but their ceiling isn't high. Like
it's not high.
You know what it would be at the end.
Yeah, so like play the young guys and see what happens. And I'll leave you with this. This may be controversial because it's only year 2 of Buck and it's only year 2 of Billy Epler. Either the young guys are going to have to go or Buck's going to have to go. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it doesn't match. It just doesn't. None of this matches. I mean, because the young guys are not going to get the time. And if you're going to transition to a young type of team, which the Mets need to do, because being the old vets, being one of the oldest teams in baseball, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it was cool last year, but when it's over, it's over. Like
yeah, so and again, I don't know how long of a leash do these guys even have, because they did win 101 games last year. But at the same time, you're going to have to transition to the young guys. And if Buck's not willing to do that, and I don't think he is, I think it's time to make a change. And not during the year, because I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm saying after the season, if Buck's not willing to adjust, you have to make a change.
Damn, Ross, again, the man just turned 67. Like,
well, retire. Go in the front office. I don't know.
Digging his grave already.
You know, I want to make a little reference here to Buck's career. Every team he has managed, besides Baltimore, they have gotten better after he was fired. Yankees, they won 4 World Series in 5 years after Buck got fired?
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn. Diamondbacks, the year after he gets fired, the Diamondbacks are the world champs. They beat the Yankees. Texas Rangers, maybe 4 years after Buck was fired, the Rangers were in the World Series, not one, but twice.
Yeah, he's Good Luck Chuck.
Yeah, he's a good luck charm, yeah.
Good Ross, you seen Good Luck Chuck?
He's good at getting you in the right spot.
Exactly. Yo,
maybe that's what he's good at that. I'll give him credit.
For all my movie fans, so y'all remember Good Luck Chuck? Like, I think it was it Vince Vaughn? No, it was somebody else. But yeah, so whoever, like, Buck is Good Luck Chuck. So whoever you date after Buck, that's the love of your life. You're gonna win. Yeah. So Buck is Good Luck Chuck. Good luck Buck. There you go. Good luck Buck. That's who he is. After the Mets eventually can him, maybe we hire somebody new and then we win a World Series.
Yeah.
And then we'll think Good Luck Buck when it's all over.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I think we landed on something here. Good luck Buck.
I wonder who the manager would be then.
Oh, man, that's...
Maybe we should hire back Terry Collins. He's the most successful manager we've had in the last decade.
He's closer to death than Buck is.
That's one way to put it.
He's...
You know who's young, though? Young spring chicken like Mickey Callaway.
He's the worst. No. Rojas, please, no.
No Rojas either?
I can't.
He's doing a great job at third base for the Yankees.
Oh, my God.
He's doing a phenomenal job, bro. You can't.
He's a third base coach. Who cares? You can only be so good.
He's waving him in with such emphasis, though.
Oh, my God.
I can use that passion in the Mets dugout.
Basically another Willie Randolph at the Yankees.
He's waving him in with passion. Like,
oh, my God.
On,
Maybe we should go back to Willie Randolph.
Willie Randolph was my guy. I thought he got the short end of the stick. Yeah. Jerry Manuel, maybe?
No,
oh, boy, no.
Who are we missing in Mets managers? I think we got everybody.
Bobby Valentine?
Bobby V. Can he wear the glasses and mustache and just make his full-time look?
Wally Backman.
Wally Backman. Oh, Mets fans do you remember that era when Mets fans were crying for Wally Backman every year?
Yeah, I know.
Like, yo, please make him the manager, like he was like some god or something.
Well, you know what it is? Because Sandy and they never liked him. They really didn't.
I wonder why though. Like that was...
I don't know why. They never wanted him. I mean, the Wilpons, they couldn't stand him. Maybe that had something to do with it, but now with Cohen there, maybe
let's be honest. The Wilpons were never really key into winning a World Series because they never wanted to spend the money.
The coupons. Thank God that's over with. But on that note, though, Steve Cohen, Billy Epler, y'all got work to do. I know we just had a winning streak, and I'm happy about that. But you got to look at the big picture because outside of this man, Pete Alonso, you don't really have much. And here's what he did, obviously, yesterday. Really the only Mets offense. Well, literally the only Mets offense yesterday.
Pete Alonso drills one deep center field. That heads toward the bleachers, and that is way out of here. Pete Alonso strikes at Wrigley Field to get the Mets on the board. Number 18 for Alonso. And there was no doubt about it. Pete just keeps on clubbing. That's 5 home runs in his last 7 games.
Great work from Pete, but he had that home run. He had a fielder's choice RBI, but that was your only 2 runs for the New York Metropolitans yesterday.
He's on pace for 60 this year.
He said...
Probably won't hit, but he's on pace for it.
Hey, if he wants to be the best power hitter in baseball like he calls himself, I mean, go get 63.
Yeah.
What's stopping you? You might have to because this Mets offense ain't looking too good.
Yeah.
But
it would be interesting in the second half if we maybe have a home run race between Judge of the Yankees and Alonso. We've never really seen that.
That would be that'd be something actually.
Like the rookie season.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that? Because I was just thinking, last year, obviously the Mets and Yankees got off to great starts. It continued throughout the whole season. I know the Yankees hit a little skid towards the end, and the Mets obviously too, but they had, the Mets and Yankees had New York City on fire for months over the summer last year. Every time you would listen to morning radio, it didn't have to be sports radio. It didn't have to be Boomer and Gio or Rothenberg and DiPietro. It could be any radio show. They would be talking about the Mets and Yankees. That's how excited they had New York City. So I'm thinking both teams don't have the same juice that they had last year. So what if we got an Aaron Judge, Pete Alonso home run race? And people would start betting on who's going to hit more home runs, Alonso or Judge? And Judge is Alonso's got 18, Judge has got 14, like we said. I would like to see that.
I would love to see it even culminate in maybe a home run derby at the All-Star game in July.
That too. I think
Judge and Alonso.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know Alonso's probably going to do it, right?
I think
he wants to be Ken Griffey Jr. And tie him with 3. So
I think he does it. I don't know. I think Judge might be too good for it now. He's this is below me. This is beneath me.
Well, I remember also last time he did it, I'm pretty sure right after that, right after winning, he just started sucking. He was just awful.
When was the last year he did it? It was
2017 when they lost to the Astros.
Too bad. Too bad. But if Alonso wants to continue raking, he's going to have to do it against one of his old friends, Marcus Stroman. Stroman's had a good year so far. 3 ERA against Kodai Senga for the New York Mets. Senga was outstanding once again in his last start. He's been our best pitcher, most consistent pitcher so far this season. What are we expecting from the Senga-Stroman showdown tonight?
Maybe, I'd say a low-scoring game.
Yeah?
Pitching battle?
I know one thing. Stroman made a lot of enemies on his way out.
He really did.
Of New York? Yeah, he was...
I don't understand why.
You know, I'm one of the few Mets fans he doesn't have blocked on Twitter. I wear that as like a badge of honor. Like, okay, he didn't block me. He didn't block me.
Maybe me too, because I never talk crap about him.
Maybe he like blocked you by association. Like one of your friends was like, and he like liked it, and you was like, no, I gotta, this free smoke. I gotta get both of them. I mean, Marcus Stroman, we know like Stroman is a emotional guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Some would say he got that dog in him. I know a lot of Mets fans, like I said, he didn't make a lot of friends out the door. I think he might have said something like, "Thank you, Jesus," when he left. Or something like, what was so bad about the New York Mets? Like, what did we do to you?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So
I mean, he didn't pitch in the 2020 season. I don't know what the Mets did to make that happen, but okay.
Yeah, like the Mets could have put pressure on you. They let you rock. They're like, all right, sit out. It's all good.
And like, you know, and by the way, if you take away, I mean, his first 2 months with the Mets in 2021 was pretty good.
Great.
It was great. Aside from that, he was garbage. Like after that, he wasn't very good. I don't know what he did.
That, when he first came to us in 2019, he was even better.
Yeah. So I don't know what the Mets did to him.
Hey, guys, we got an anonymous call. Yeah, someone dialed *67 and called us up. Usually this makes me nervous, but I'll give him 5 seconds. Anonymous, you're on. What's up?
Sorry, wrong number.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
Find the right number and good luck with that.
I gotta leave you with this. DeGrom is still hurt. He's still out. He's not even close to returning.
But have you seen, like, the Rangers are done just fine without him?
I know.
They lead the league in
the West.
They lead the league in run differential now over the Rays.
I'm telling you.
And Seager's come back.
People are better without DeGrom. It's a fact. The Mets were better without him.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a Snapple fact right there. That's DeGrom came back, and I guess he messed up the vibes because
I blame DeGrom entirely.
He's bad vibes, yo. It's just his demeanor in the locker room.
Oh my God,
jeez. Walks around with a dark cloud over him. Just, bro, like, be happy. You're on a 101 win team. Like, yo, give me a smile in the dugout or something.
Mets. I know. The one time I really got so annoyed with him was. This was when the Mets faced the Miami Marlins. Nimmo hit like a huge home run. It made it 6-4, and Kanye and Nimmo had that big hog, and DeGrom was like this like he wasn't even excited like 1 second. I'm like, come on, they won 101 games, the Mets last year. You're not happy you won a 100-win team?
Nah, he said this ain't good enough for me. I need Texas. I need the Texas Rangers in my life, but they're playing well without DeGrom. That's important to point that out. But yeah, if anybody else wants to call in and find the right number, 516-572-7440. Let me also remind you that you're listening to WHPC Sports Talk here at the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Joshua Yamahi, that is I. Ross Levine, Devin O'Shea, Nick Scartamaglia, that is them. Devin.
Yes.
Your Boston Celtics.
We're not out of it. We're not out yet.
You're not dead yet.
We're still fighting. It was a good fight yesterday.
It was. I caught this game at a bar, and the Heat had a pretty good lead, and just Jason Tatum. And this is what's impressive about him, because people want to say he's a Kobe disciple. He's not a Kobe disciple.
I mean, you texted us the other day about it was like a Kobe more.
It's. Yeah, I think that might have been Nico, actually. Nico? Yeah, Nico, big Tatum guy. But listen, one thing you can say about Tatum is that he has a short memory. Because every time this guy stinks it up, he's going to come back the next game and play well.
Yeah. Humbly, I'm the best player in the world.
Yeah, like, he's got I'll give him credit for his mentality, because it takes a special mentality to come right back. Like, you're down 3-0. You could do 1, 2, 3 Cancun in the huddle. You're already in Miami, so you might as well just lose and hit the clubs. Like, it wouldn't be too bad, but the Celtics play with a lot of pride. They play with that Celtic pride we were wondering about.
Not like Game 3.
Yeah, I don't know where that was Game 3, but Game 4 they bounced back. The Heat, and this is what's interesting. So NBA teams are, I'm going to say it, they're 0-150, down 3-0. But what's different about this is that the Celtics, everyone would agree with like a smart basketball brain that the Celtics are the more talented team.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the finals last year, so they have winning pedigree, I guess. That group, Tatum and Brown, and that group around them, Horford and Marcus Smart, they've been together a long time. And I know it's Joe Mazzulla against Spoelstra, and it's hard for me to see Spoelstra losing 4 straight in a playoff series, but
yeah,
think about it. If the Celtics win Game 5, the Heat have to win Game 6.
Yeah.
You have to win Game 6.
Exactly.
Or else,
to my dad.
Yo, imagine,
if we win Game 6, then I said to my dad, I was like, then Game 7 is the Celtics win. Like, no matter what, the Celtics are winning Game 7 if we win Game 6.
And Tatum, the last Game 7 he played, went for 51, all-time record in the Game 7.
So, I mean, it's going down 3-0, it's very tough, but 3-1, it's better. It's, you'd never like being down 3-1, but with your team, looking how they did all season, very iffy coaching throughout the entire season, but I think we are looking at an assistant coach now. I think Frank Vogel and Steven Silas were 2 of the coaches that they're looking at coaching for assistant coach. But I mean, Tatum, when he's not good, he still pushes it. Like he still tries more and more, even if it's not going well, because he knows that eventually it's gonna go down. It's gonna go through, and Brown has been very iffy this series.
I don't know what's going on with him.
I really don't know what the hell Brown is doing, but he has been very iffy. But I got my Smart jersey on today. I'm excited that we won Game 4 and we're not out of it yet. No matter what anyone says, the Heat still have not won 4 games yet, so we're still in this.
That's a bar. They haven't. And Jimmy Butler, I mean, he's laughing on the bench, and he said in the post-game presser that, I'm not too worried. We'll just do the same things and come back. But listen, I think the Celtics win Game 5. Right now, I would pick the Heat to win Game 6, but you have to win that game.
Yeah, we'll be Miami,
have to win that game.
So it'll be tough. But, I mean, we won Game 4 in Miami. Bam and Jimmy both were very iffy in Game 4. Like, Jimmy shot very inefficiently. He still had quite a bit of points, but he shot very inefficiently, like Brown and Tatum in Game 3. But we did not allow 29 points to Gabe Vincent. I think he had 17 or 19, something like that. So we still allowed a little bit to him, but Caleb Martin off that bench for that Heat team has been incredible for them. He was perfect from shooting in the first half.
I don't know when he turned into Paul George in his prime.
Oh yeah,
but it's wild. The Heat. That's one thing about this team, and we, as a Knicks fan, I saw it firsthand. You too, Ross. They were bottom third in every shooting category, every scoring category, every offensive category this year, and then you watch them in the playoffs. From day 1, Game 1, they completely they're like, oh, let's make some threes. It's wild, but maybe that luck is running out because, like Devin said, they shot like garbage. The Heat did last night. I think I'm going to pull up the numbers here. They're averaging about 37% on threes this playoffs, maybe higher, around 40, but they shot 25%, 8 of 32. Not good. He turned the ball over a lot. Didn't have a lot of assists. The Celtics out-toughed them.
I mean,
they really did.
I mean, Spoelstra and Pat Riley do both deserve an entire standing ovation from what Pat Riley has made from this team, getting Struz, Gabe Vincent, Cody Martin, Duncan Robinson. He's gone nobodies to be up 3-1 against the second seed in the conference finals, and Eric Spoelstra has been taking this team that Pat Riley has given him, who not many people think would be very good because of the amount of undrafted guys, the 8, but he's making something out of nothing.
Yeah,
and it's truly incredible.
He's turning water into wine. That's for sure.
And the Heat, I read something on Instagram the other day. The Heat have always been incredible with getting incredible role players. Shane Battier, Mike Miller, Chris Anderson, Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers. They have gone over the years. They have incredible role players throughout the entire over the years.
It's really wild what they've done. But listen, the Celtics, Grant Williams, I got to give Grant Williams credit because
he blocked him. He blocked Jimmy.
Yeah, trust me, Grant Williams is definitely not in my top 5 favorite basketball players by any stretch. But of all the players, the common phrase, who got that dog in them, Grant Williams had enough dog to talk trash to Jimmy, and he got burned in Game 2 But he comes back, plays a great game 4, made a lot of timely shots, blocked Jimmy Butler.
I love Grant.
Grant Williams is tough. I don't know his contract situation because he's a free agent.
He was expecting like 20, like middle of the season. He was declining the Celtics offer because he wanted around like $20 million a year. I don't know if he's going to be getting that because in the second half he did play a lot less than he did in the first half and last season. But, I mean, I would love Grant Williams to be back at $20 million a year. I don't know about that.
I don't know if he's getting that from anywhere.
But I do love Grant Williams. I love how hard Grant Williams plays, how much he's just a Celtic at heart. So, like, no matter if he stays, if he leaves, I will forever love Grant Williams.
Grant Williams is funny because I'm just going to say this. Like, assuming the Knicks do move on from Julius Randle, for the right price, I'd take Grant Williams starting at the 4. He can make some threes. He's a good defender.
Probably plays harder than Randall.
Definitely plays harder than Randall. I would say he's a smarter basketball player than Randall.
Yeah.
He's won a lot of games. He's been to the finals before. He had some moments in the finals.
He dropped like 27, I think, in Game 6 against the Bucks last year. Like
Game 7.
In a Game 7.
I'll never forget.
Elimination game.
I'll never forget that game. I will never forget that game. I was at a sports bar watching that, and I'm like, I was like, pushing the Bucks bandwagon all year long. I'm like, even without Middleton, the Bucks will win Game 7. They have the best player in the world. They're coming off a championship. Grant Williams hits like 7 threes. I'm like,
got that dog in him.
He does. I got to give him credit. Like, he's easy to clown because you remember in the regular season,
I'm gonna make both.
You ain't make both, but you're earning some money back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So good.
Like, ever since the I'm gonna make both, he has been like on the down low, like going down, but. I mean, ever since the playoffs started, in this series, he's been he's been jumping higher and higher in this rotation.
He didn't even play Game 1. He was a healthy scratch Game 1, and then all he's done is hit some big shots in Game 2, but nobody remembers that because of Jimmy Butler.
Like Kendrick Perkins said yesterday, he's like, Grant Williams should be playing like 35, 40 minutes a game. Like, he should be in these final minutes. Like, but like we just got such a deep roster that we got Brogdon, White, both off the bench to play in the final minutes. We got Williams and Holford as our big men. Like, we have such a deep team that even Grant Williams can't even play that much minutes because we don't have those minutes to give around.
That's why I'm asking the question. Yo, the Celtics, I think this is as real a chance as I've ever seen for a team to come back from down 3-0.
Like, I don't know why I'm so confident. Like,
no, it's crazy because you're not the only, like, there was a lot of Celtics fans in the bar yesterday. They're all pumping their chests like, yo, y'all was defeated in Game 3. Mm-hmm. But the NBA playoffs are funny because all it takes is just one win, especially in that fashion where you out-tough the Miami Heat.
And we both heard what Brown and Smart said before the game. They're like, don't allow us to win this. Don't let us win this one.
Don't let us get one. Yeah. And you had Marcus Smart, Kevin Millar. Mm-hmm. He brought up that name, and we all know what happened. I hate to bring it up for Yankees fans, but 2004, Boston Red Sox.
I've been saying it since I walked in today.
He did.
I was like, there is something with the Boston teams. They're down 3-0. 2004, Red Sox pulled off the miracle, beat the Yankees in 4 straight. I'm not that much knowing of basketball, but I'm going to just say this. I say Celtics win the last 3 games and move on to the NBA Finals.
Oh, that's a guarantee. Oh, man. That's a guarantee from Nick. They're going to win 4 straight to win. They're going to be the first team to come back from 3-0.
Yes.
Damn.
It's just
they got a chance, though. They got a chance.
Like I said, it's just those Boston teams. They find ways to do it.
Yo, if that happens,
the culture in Boston is just different.
Yo, if that happens,
I mean,
I'm just thinking about the possibility. Like, that's crazy. That would be unbelievable. I'm a Celtics hater, so it wouldn't be, but it would be at the same time. Like, that's, and then like all we're talking about is Nuggets Heat.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Celtics still have a chance. I really do. I think
Adam Silver in the background. Come on.
Yeah, Adam Silver's like, this is part of the script. This is part of that script. Y'all slept on my script. Don't sleep on my script. No, the Celtics got a chance. If I had to put a percentage on it, actually, if Devin, you had to put a percentage on it, what would you say?
Well, I mean, after Game 2 of being down 2-0, we still had like a 58% chance to win this series, which I found like so ridiculous. I'm like, I'm a Celtic fan, and we're down 2-0 going to Miami, and you still have us over 50% of our chances to win this series. I was like, we have played awful, and you still have us winning this series. I mean, down 3-1, I want to say 20% chance that we win Game 5 in Miami, which will be very difficult.
Game 6.
Game 6 in Miami, which will be very difficult. But if we win Game 6, like I said to my dad, we are winning Game 7. There is no way Tatum is winning 3 straight games just to losing Game 7 in Boston. There's no way we win Game 7 if we go there.
Miami played with their food. They might. It could happen. And you saw the Celtics odds on that note, Devin. They went from like plus 800 before Game 4 to all the way down to plus 230.
Yeah.
That's 230 odds on the plus side for the Celtics to win 3 straight games and be the first team ever to come back from 3-1. I mean, clearly Vegas likes their odds.
Vegas has a lot of confidence in the Celtics.
Yeah. I can't lie. Like, here's the thing, because they hit rock bottom in Game 3. Mm-hmm. So you can only go up from there. Like, they ain't lose a heartbreaker in Game 3. They can't get any lower than that. So I think the team really galvanized around themselves. Like, and Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown had that confidence to say, don't let us get one. And maybe we're seeing it play out.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy, though. But even crazier is Ja Morant. We're going to close the show with this. Let me pull all this stuff up. Ja Morant, so obviously he's facing a large suspension for flashing a gun for the second time on Instagram Live. Not what you want. And now on Instagram, he posted a series of Instagram stories saying that he loved his mom, he loved his pops, he loved his baby daughter, and then he just said bye. So naturally, people were like, "What do you mean by bye? That's a little scary." It was scary enough that Shelby County Police in Tennessee had to do a welfare check on Ja at his house, and they said he was okay and that he was fine, but like he apparently was just taking a social media break and he was announcing it that way. I'm like, yo, he's such a drama queen, bro. No, I don't want to go down this road of just because I know mental health is important, but just say you just literally tweet out, I'm taking a break. You don't have to scare everybody and like, oh, is Ja okay?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're low in the sympathy card, Ja, but
I mean,
I don't know.
You can't mess up and do something stupid on social media if you don't have it. So I mean, this is kind of like a cold turkey, just taking away social media to try to flip the switch in Ja. But I mean, it's really bad. Watching this stuff with Ja, because he is such a good player, and he has led this Memphis team to many wins over these seasons that he's been on this team. But honestly, he, with the whole apology post that was looked at as that he got online, that the entire thing got online, that is just embarrassing. And honestly, looking back on that draft, Darius Garland is looking like the best player out of him, RJ Barrett, and Zion Williamson. Darius Garland's looking like the best player out of all of them.
Although I will say RJ smoked Garland in the playoffs. We don't got to talk about that. We'll close the show on that note. And for Ross Levine, Devin O'Shea, and Nick Scarda-Maglia, this is Joshua Umahi thanking you once again for listening to Sports Talk here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.